Good evening and welcome everyone. It's time for some Half-Life 2 episode 1 and yeah, I hope you all had at least somewhat of a relaxed Sunday. I mostly slept. Actually, we mostly slept. So, weird, bit weird. Mostly nothing, but you know. And I'm wondering, we did vote, basically first thing in the morning today, and then we went to sleep. Not at the polling station when we went back, but it's at least not the hardest thing to do. Yeah, we finished, last Sunday we finished Half-Life 2, shockingly fast. I expected it to be longer. That might have just been my, memory, but also talking to people and having regular streaming times helps. And as you remember, it got pretty mediocre in the later halves. Just, combat was just mediocre combat trying to carry a game really just ends up being very, very mediocre. But yeah, they, shortly afterwards, they released episode 1, which is basically a budget expansion, and then afterwards there was episode 2. But yeah, I guess we just jump right in and just see if episode 1 is better. And we have like 5 chapters. That's gonna be very easy to do. And that's the ending of Half-Life 2, which would have been a perfect ending to just make, a third game, and they just instantly retcon it. Because Half-Life 2 is Deus Ex Vortigaunt, quite literally. So yeah, the Vortigaunts gone from enslaved enemies to, basically living side by side with humans to, I guess, just really powerful beings. And yeah, you could have used it, by the way.
I can tell. Okay, dog. Go get the monitor set up so we can check in with my dad. He's quite sick about us. He was so sure I wouldn't find you here. The Citadel's really coming apart. I still don't know how we got out of here. The last thing I remember is rain falling, huge explosion, and
Come in.
it's my dad.
Come in.
Dad, are you there?
Alex, come in.
Hold on a sec. There's so much interference.
This is so cute.
Right. There we go. Hold it there. We got it. Dad.
Alex, where are you? God, tell me you're out of the city.
Well, not quite yet.
What?
But listen, Dad, we found him.
You found Gordon? I don't believe it. But listen, you two have to get out of the city. The Citadel could blow at any moment.
There's no question that it will, I'm afraid. Our remote sensors indicate the process is accelerating toward a dark energy flare. Anyone left in the vicinity will be subjected to energetic events directly beyond my powers of speculation. The ravages to cellular material are
Reiner,
unimaginable.
stop!
Dad?
Oh dear, Eli, I'm sorry, but surely there's no need for undue alarm. Alex is well out of harm's way by now.
Well, actually, we're still at the Citadel.
What? Oh dear, but there's really no time. The core is exceedingly close to collapse. Why, there's no way to get far enough without first, well, nothing short of a direct intervention in the core could possibly retard the reaction.
You mean going in?
Into the core, yes, but it's far too dangerous to consider. The chamber will be bathed in radiation.
Well, you do have the hazard suit. We found a way into the Citadel. It's possible. We could-
Alex, no!
But Dad!
Izzy, talk some sense into her.
I'm sorry, Eli, but I don't see any other way. It would help us evacuate more citizens.
We can do this, Dad.
So, okay. Just promise me. Promise me that you won't take a single unnecessary risk.
I promise. I love you.
I love you too, baby. I'll be praying for you.
Don't worry. I'll see you soon. Let's see if we can find a way into the Citadel from somewhere along the rim. Dog, a little help, please? Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, boy. Pack up and meet us on the far side of this ridge.
The bleeding edge animation time.
Whoa. What a drop. After you, Gordon.
Oops. That actually got me. Should have just not walked straight forward.
Okay, boy.
Yeah.
Pack up and meet us on the far side of this ridge. Whoa. What a drop. After you, Gordon. Why is Dog taking so long? Dog! Dog! Look out! Oh my God, Dog! Dog!
Oh no!
Dog, are you alright?
Always is.
You scared the hell out of me. Now stay with us and help us find a way over. I cannot believe we're trying to grab weapons. This isn't gonna be easy.
Hey dog, you have an idea?
What do you think? Any ideas? All right, Dog. That's not too helpful. There has to be a way to get across. But how? What about... Dog? Dog, where are you going? Was it something I said? Huh? Dog, what are you... I think Dog needs a few bolts tightened.
Yep.
Dog, really, that was a little close. What's gotten into you, huh? How exactly is this supposed to help us? What? Wait a minute. Oh no. You're not serious. Are you?
I'm in. You should too. I mean, there's almost a bridge there, but yeah.
Gordon? Unless you have a better suggestion. He is a robot. He's done the math. I want you to get out of here as fast as you can. Go find Dad. We'll catch up. Don't worry. All right. I'll miss you too. Now, don't worry about me. I'll see you soon. Brace yourself. Okay, dog, let's do it. Before I change my... Okay. Careful, hold on. Whoa. Phew. Whew. Good throw, dog. Now go, boy, go on. You'll be fine. Just... Uh-oh. What now?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Oh. Phew.
You know,
Let's get off before the next ride starts.
it's kind of funny how people said, you know, Call of Duty is basically... I need to check if the audio should be fine. It's fine. It's a roller coaster. And you know, Half-Life 2 Episode 1
This place is really coming apart.
starts with mostly just talking, waiting, and walking, and a literal goofy roller coaster ride. It's a good intro. Don't get me wrong. This is a part I remember because it was so well done.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
Stalkers. Well, they shouldn't bother us if we leave them alone. I'll just disable this field. Damn, I can't get this down. Something. It's that stalker. He's holding it from the other side. We don't have time to look for another way around. How are we gonna get through here? Roller mines. They could help us get out of here. Can you find where those roller mines are going? I've got an idea. Oh, you found one. Dad taught me how to reset the targeting system on these things. A little extra juice in the right spot, and it's on our side. I'll hold it out where I can work on it. Bring that over here and I'll reject it. There it is. It's a lot should last long enough to take out those stalkers. Let it go now. It'll do the rest. Okay. We can get through now. Let's go. Soldiers.
I have to say, one thing I really like, I mean, again, they got the atmosphere right, and it's still great.
Talk about unstable. I really don't think we should.
Oh no, soldiers! Yeah.
We gotta cross through that?
You go, girl. Oh, we know this chamber.
What went on in here? Maybe this console has some useful information.
And more exposition stuff.
Let me see if I can pin down a path to the core. Green?
The portal destination is untenable. Surely you can set the relay elsewhere. There's no way I can survive in that
Oh,
environment.
thank God, it's just an old
The
recording.
host body must be joking. I can't possibly. Oh, all right.
Let me see
Damn
if I
it.
can
That's what it
find
takes.
out.
Just hurry. He's right behind me. Oh, shit.
Remember, we saw that from the other side.
What the hell?
And there it is. They're in their little sleepy pods. Honestly, Combine Tech is... I don't know how fucked up a lot of stuff about them is, but it really gives more credence to the idea that they come from a deep sea environment.
Let's get out of here.
Which would make the Portal to Co-op ending more sensible.
Whatever that was, it's gone now. Let's get out of here.
But you know, those people are used for testing now because that's what's needed for science. Oh, I really forgot how much episode 1 in the beginning is really just walking and talking. Oh yeah, right.
Gordon? What's going on in there?
They have to redo the finale.
Hey, it's doing something to the gravity gun. It looks like it did in Brain's portal reactor. I'd say there's some progress back. It'll sure come in handy if it stays that way.
That's actually an interesting question. Did they just have a second gravity gun? Because they said the gravity gun, not a gravity gun. So, you know. Do. Just keep on being... I mean, it's kind of cool that they basically use the same thing that is your BFG in this game, you know, your super weapon. And it's just how they power things. That's just a neat little detail, you know? Again, I think Half-Life 2 does a lot of great world building. Those other problems are just... Well, this is, you know... They're currently just redoing the combat of the finale of the game.
Here they come.
Just need a different angle. And there we go. I mean, the ending of 2 was always very much enjoyable, so this is fine. I'm not complaining too much about just let's give people a bit more, you know, Gravitygun being a god, so let's try this. I kind of wish you could just rip, you know, because you see how the up part, because they're like biomechanical, that dog ripped that off and it dies. I wish you could have done that with the super Gravitygun. Maybe a little bit fucked up, but where are you, Alex? There you go, come here. Waiting for NPCs. You know, it's kind of funny how I can literally leverage every single, you know, critique point that people threw at Call of Duty against this game, because god damn it, it does it a lot. And in some cases I would say worse.
Looks like this could be a transport elevator. Yeah, we must be on the right track. Look up! Watch out! Look up! Watch out! Here comes more! with this lift? Can you get it going again? Great. Up there! Start her up again, Gordon. Do what you did last time. What's going on? Good job.
Poor stalkers, actually.
Go.
Always get shit on.
Really moving now. I think I see a stop down below. Let's get off there and see where it leads. Look out! Run!
I could have catched that.
That was close. This could be it, Gordon. Why are they hanging around? It looks like they're deliberately trying to blow the reactor. Oh my god. It looks pretty far gone. I hope Dr. Klein was right about this. Let's see if we can find a way through the control room.
Well, well, well. Come on.
The elevator's down in the core entry. Let me see if I can call it back to this level. These readings are off the chart. I hope it's not too late to re-engage the containment field. Good thing you know what you're doing. Well, here's your elevator.
Do you really think I know what I'm doing?
Gordon,
I'm not talking.
something else I could do to help.
You already made all of the weirdos horny in the 2000s. So, you know, just stop, Alex. Just stop. Honestly, I wish so much Gordon would talk. I said it last time. It was the biggest improvement. To Dead Space 2. And it would fit even more here, especially when they start in the beginning like, oh, we need to stop this reactor. Oh boy. I wonder if the physicist you're playing could say something about that. No? Why exactly? It's literally just I go here to the big bubbly sphere and press a button. So now the bridges go to the middle and not around anymore. And now I can take a fucking ladder. Yeah, the Combine reactor infrastructure is running on ladders. I don't make the rules. It's so radioactive. But, you know, the Combine soldier armor is apparently enough. Just saying, it doesn't make the most sense. There we go. Little dodge game, mint game. That was nice. Hello, everyone. Not gonna lie, that one was actually kind of funny. You know. Oh no. Oh, yeah, right. I may be saving the reactor a little bit, but no one said I can't do a bit of vandalism. Yeah, fear God. Creeping around the vents again because it was just so nice. Ooh. This is like a reverse rhythm game and I hate it. I totally forgot how much I hated this thing. God, no. Yeah. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, especially when you're stuck with shitty physics. Anyway, hello everyone. Are you ready for pain? There we go. That should be it then. I mean, it's kind of useful that they just have, you know, the energy balls. That are just getting generated, apparently, that are just strong enough to power all the shit to get the reactor going. But, I mean, combine tech, I guess. Again, a bit weird, considering this one is definitely mimicking, you know, the reactor from Half-Life 1, that Gordon isn't talking, but such an upside to not talking.
Gordon, you did it! The containment system's back in place. It won't last forever, but at least we bought a little time. While you were in there, I did some poking around with the control data. They were trying to start a chain reaction, all right, but destroying the Citadel is just a side effect. Since we took out Brain's reactor, this is the only way they have to send a transmission packet back to wherever they came from. I can't tell what the packet contains, but it's important enough that they're willing to sacrifice the whole Citadel to send it off. We need to get it back to my dad and Dr. Kleiner at the outpost right away. I've been pulling down a copy. Whatever it is, I have a feeling it's bad news for all of us.
Well, I wonder what it is.
It's Judith. Take a look.
Also, back to...
I'm fairly sure I've pinned down the location of the project. It's hard to say how much of it might have survived intact or whether there's anything remaining that could compromise our work if it were discovered by the Combine. We'll need to take a close look at it, of course, but I should be able to give a better opinion within a few hours. If the site is where we think it is, then it should be no more than... I'm going to cut this short. We may have been spotted.
Where the hell is she?
Oh, look. That's a teaser for,
And the transmission packet to my dad.
well,
He'll know what to do with it.
episode 2 and 3, I suppose, but the second one never came.
Hell out of here.
So, you know, episode 3 never came.
They felt that. I've secured an exit elevator. It's this way. Come on.
But also, gravity can just back to normal for reasons, I suppose.
Something tells me they don't want us reading their mail. This lift will take us to a train platform. If we can hitch a ride, it should take us straight out of the city.
So yeah, that's basically the story of episode 1 and 2. Spoilers. There's some secret information that Judith got. Apparently she's still on our side, so that's kind of another retcon. So, you know, she played the 4D chess game, I guess. And otherwise we have the she's not somewhere where we don't know where she is. There's some new thing that we don't know yet. That's next episode. And we need to get that crucial information.
That'll slow us, but not for long. Bring that over here and I'll rejigger it.
There we go.
Company. Won't be expecting this. Get ready. Look at him go!
I mean, neat. It's like another, but it's also another, you know, watch scene. So it's kind of funny though. It's again one of those things that back in the day, definitely you're like, oh hey, neat. Because you had problems with these, it's neat to, you know, use them against enemies for once.
Let's get in.
But also we're riding a train, and we are now back to classic health. Oh, what is that? What does?
Well, that was a nice clean getaway. I don't know what's in this copy we made, but they're not thrilled about us having it. You know, all things considered, we're not Oh no. It's a stalker card. Damn the Combine. This is what happens to you if you resist. Or if you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. God, I hope you don't remember who you are. All right. Let's see where this train is headed. With any luck, we should be well out of the city before it's too late. Thank God we're not on foot. Let's hope the worst is over. It looks like you saved our lives again. What's that? Oh my God. Brace yourself.
Well, Alex just got some PTSD. I mean, you know when I played it the first time, I was like, whoa, that's a fucked up scene. Again, this is probably the biggest strength of the later episodes. Valve really was able to play into the whole, we have good facial animations, let's do some more horror stuff. But again, Gordon should have talked. Anyway, we're actually in a...
This might not be as easy as I thought. We're in the same boat as the other evacuees. On foot to a train station. Let's head for the surface.
Let's go. Depending on how fast we get, we probably will get through it today. Oh boy.
Careful. Hear turrets. They've been here so long, they're out of bullets.
Yep, she has to do it now. It's interesting that the Combine apparently don't refill their turrets. But I mean, yeah, old tunnel, just mine it, put up some turrets, that should be enough.
Can't see a thing. How blind is a bat without that flashlight on it? We need to get through that door. Hey, an air duct. Stories about human air ducts. Dr. Kleiner says whenever he locks them.
Oh yeah. I kinda like that, because yeah, we're doing some off-brand Alien vs Predator 2000. And if you know me, I kinda like that game. It's not bad, you know, it's... Also, let me give me a shotgun. Oh. Yes, and you. Will be seen. Oh wait. Why am I like this?
Nice job. Hey, and you found a gun.
Well,
We've really got to talk to Dr. Kleiner about getting a new battery for that flashlight.
I mean, it's already weird that the flashlight is running on the same...
Light that thing up.
Oh, where did I get the pistol from?
Good shooting. Antlion's here? The Combine's defense field must have collapsed. Makes sense if it was powered by the Citadel.
Honestly, this is probably one of the best parts about episode 1. The fact that, again, it is a game that, you know, at least briefly, commits to complete darkness in its design. And considering a lot of, you know, stuff is just... It's kind of cool, you know, you need light to see, but also, you know, you're the only person with a flashlight. Ergo, you actually need to show Alex where to aim.
Looks like we found a troop train.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be funny. Look at this. Oh damn! A headcrab got the...
Combine zombie. That's like a zombie, right?
How very funny. Again, if, you know, Gordon talked... I mean, what could he do? It's I mean, probably beefier zombie and... Uh-oh. Generally, this is why I like the Zombines. You first think, oh, they just slapped a, you know, a headcrab on a Combine soldier, so it's just a beefier zombie, right? Right? And then they pull out the grenade and do a suicide attack. I like that. Because it really mixes up how you play fucking Half-Life. Anyway.
Shine your light on that thing.
Yep. Genuinely, I like the section because what everything is in here. Well, first of all, as you remember, as I said, the strongest parts of Half-Life 2 were always when it was not just combat. When, you know, the combat was an interesting arena, had interesting mechanic, there was some exploration. This right here is suddenly, it's in the dark. So, oh boy, there's some tension here. I can totally see when if people played this and were like, oh, this is gonna be bad. You know. It's just a good zombie scenario for basically any game. I mean, sure, it still does the whole, hey, you're like, very shitty flares take some time to go out, as far as I remember, but yeah. Here's a new enemy that perfectly makes you... Fuck. That perfectly makes you more anxious in the dark because, again, you don't see far. It is actually dark in the game. And then you know there are suicide zombies. That's cool. That's generally the kind of stuff where you're like, oh. So that's how you make the combat in Half-Life 2 good. And yes. It's not, you know, oh hey, the most... Also, next fun part, you need to push cars
Good idea, Gordon.
onto holes.
Good plug of the burrow anyway.
And yeah, honestly, that is the irony about the first part of episode 1. It's generally good combat if you get out of the fucking citadel, because so much works together. You have the zombies, you have the ant lines, so you have turf war stuff, you have, you know, the general underground experience, because like, you're very far underground actually. You have to navigate whole darkness. Oh yeah, you can shoot the grenades. We are Resident Evil 4 now. Just saying. I mean, it's... Then again, it's Resident Evil 4. You know, if you need good combat, steal from the best, I suppose. So, do we still have some? No, no. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Let's make this a bit safer. Like, yeah, it's claustrophobic, it's... You need to change up your tactics a bit. It's great. It's just generally a great episode, in my opinion. I mean, this part is just really well done. It's stuff where you're like, oh, hey, where was that not in the base game? And you're like... I don't know. Especially since, you know, it's an underground parking garage, and we all know how fucking bad those can be, actually.
Get a better shot if you knock them over, Gordon.
Eh. Great, let's find a third car. Where could that one be? It's probably somewhere up here. Yeah, I actually kind of like this. Again, another great part. Like you, in the main game, you had to push cars out of the way, and that was it. It was just like, look, you can push cars around. Isn't that fun? And now it's like, hey, you have to actually find cars and push them onto things. Which, again, wonderful idea, especially when, you know, it's in the dark and you have to maneuver stuff and there's like the ant lines coming, and The fucking Trabi doesn't want to leave the hole again. Yeah, that's really what I like about this episode, because it's have interesting mechanical variants, reuse stuff cleverly, have a good feeling of dread, because yeah, we've all been in big parking garages. They're horrible, like they can go very far down. And like imagine you're stuck in a broken garage with barely any light left in some areas. And then shit comes out of the ground.
Pads, I can hear myself think.
It's not really nice. Hey Claire, we've been through the Citadel part, which was just like kind of a retread. And yeah. That was neat. And again, as I said, I think the first part of episode 1 is just generally like a really good... It's overlooked because it generally knows how to do horror. Because, yeah, you have the whole... you're in the... like, actually in the dark. You have to shine on things. You have to, work your way upwards through this concrete nightmare of a, parking garage and underground tunnels. You now have suicide zombies. Very cool. It's just good. Like, yeah, the suicide zombies are... They're kind of like, hey, let's...
You're lucky you've got that hazard suit. This water's nasty. Got room for 2 in there?
See? I mean, that's the thing with the zombies. Basically, someone looked at the Nader, the TNT throws from Resident Evil. And then combined them with the suicide bombers from CSM. Well, a bit. Generally just a good design. It's just, yeah. As I said, episode 1 was it was an expansion made with, existing assets and such. But also, oh hey, we upgraded the lighting in the game, which they then later put into Half-Life 2, by the way. So this right here is how episode 1 looked, and 2 had much more flat lighting, actually. But as you can see, it's dark, and well, let's put it like this. This section here, I would say it's the better combat section. Yeah, I mean it's not hard. I mean look at this. We're doing some Alien vs Predator 2000 shit right here. It's just great.
I don't believe it. An actual elevator. I would have settled this. That wire is sparking. It must be the fuse box.
How are you doing? How's everything going?
Keep your light on it.
Oh yeah. Shit. You can, by the way, also just steal their stuff, which is kind of funny.
Surface. I don't believe it.
But no, it's a good episode. I like it. It's oh well, at least the beginning is like okay. The very first beginning is just a retread, which is fine. Then they're going and like, hey, let's use all the mechanics to make an interesting horror part. I mean, did something else happen there?
Hey, I hear the elevator. It's moving again. It's trouble. Keep your light on it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, we're currently having our own moment because you know what? You know when something happens that is just so utterly pointless? This is why I'm currently playing Half-Life, you know? Because elections. Exactly everything happened how people expected it to be. A lot of people voted with a lot of emotional stuff. We have just more, you know, just more problems basically going on right now. Thanks to fucking Christian Lindner. Just literally being asshole of 2 years now.
Keep your light on that zombie.
Because here's the thing. We could have had elections at the end of the year.
It's here. Oh, let's go.
But yeah, that's a good section, you know? Absolutely love that section. It's over, by the way. Honestly, this could have gone on longer. But this was genuinely good horror gameplay. Yeah. The beginning of Half-Life 2 Episode 1 really is good. You're like, oh yeah, damn. You have the pistol, you have the shotgun, you have some flares and this flashlight, and it's like, it knows what it has to do.
Thank God. It's still day. Let's get out of here.
But yeah,
Hello? Can you let us out of here? Hello? That's it. See if the crank still works.
but yeah, I mean,
Crank that thing.
yeah, would have had elections at the end of the year. We would have had more time to prepare for everything.
Citadel glows.
You know, not directly after fucking, you know, the whole Trump thing. That would have been nice.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, they could have had. I will keep repeating that. The Ampel could have had three of the three major infrastructure projects done under their belt, if they waited.
For now, we will have to content ourselves with some relatively meager exposition. The destabilization of the city's nuclear reactor and repercussions that were not entirely
Yeah, it's badly. I know that a lot of lefties are currently like, here's the thing. Basically, the things that are interesting is Die Linke is actually in, which is surprising, but I will always say, here's the thing. Why I hate Die Linke is two reasons. First of all, their stance on Ukraine is still basically the tanky position, but just not so overtly pro-Russia. But when you say, oh, we need to end the wars by taking away arms, when, as I said it time and time again, when one party is just an imperialist force that wants to take country by, another country with its military, you will not get any peace that is like, that is, good. If you take away the arms of the defender, because let's just be real here. As much as I can say, Ukraine is getting money, is getting arms because they're white, and others don't. Similarly, a lot of leftist, quote-unquote, groups and parties across Europe are against giving them weapons because it's coming from NATO countries. It's just the dumb old thing over and over again. And one thing I will always keep saying is, after the last election, they literally stood there and said, oh yeah, we totally lost that election because we focused too much on social issues. We should have focused on, the normal worker, the normal guy. And yeah, they never went back on that. They never apologized. They,
Where are these things coming from?
they just pretend that didn't happen. And I didn't forget that. But apparently a bunch of people did. It's still, it's still kind of funny that they are in, but, the whole Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht isn't. So, that was, it kind of probably helped them. It's still very funny because so much about this whole election was pointless. And will be even more pointless. Because when someone talks about, oh, but what is what is going to happen now? First of all, when someone talks about, oh, we need to, close down the borders and have more controls at the borders. When the police union, the police sits there and says, this is stupid and we can't do that. And, they don't even get enough help to do preventative measures. You fucked up.
I'll cover the street while you figure this out.
And basically the gradient on how people think about that is from totally not at all, see, the right-wingers. It's not even the thing, you need to keep in mind. I think nothing, says it better than when, on TV, people like Alice Weidel says, oh, no, we just have to do that, we're just the politicians, we're just, the people that, we just make the rules and the police has to figure it out, and when the literal fucking police then says openly, we tried, it ain't working, it's just not working, you can't do it, it's bullshit. Okay, cool. I mean, aside from the fact that the AFD is probably banned in a few months anyway, because guess what? There is the AFD ban going on. They delay it right now. They, they pretend it's not happening, but it's happening. So that's fun, We could have prevented that if, that could have, just been a non-issue if, we would have had the elections, at the normal time of the year, but no, we had to do them now because Christian Lindner is a little shithead. He just wanted to torpedo the whole Ampel coalition, and you know what? It didn't even work out. His party is out. They lost. So, that was pointless. Why did we do that? For what did we do that? Did the guy really think he would win? Just because, I don't know. It's just fucking embarrassing. I think I can move the chairs, yeah. That's embarrassing. Again, the whole Bündnissarer Wagenknecht was basically the really hardcore tankies went, oh, that are also kind of right-wing, but like, oh, we actually need to leave Die Linke because we need to make, a party that is actually for the working class. And once again, okay, hey, look, that was pointless. Because they're not in. They're out. So what was that for? Similarly, yes, again, they probably won't we're gonna have a grand coalition again. So, cool. Most of the shit we had for the past decade. It's gonna be fun. AKA, most shit that they decided on, during the Ample Coalition will just stay. So, again, the fuck was that about? Nope. I need to get over there. That was, I think, the whole point. But I don't know how. How you do it. I forgot. But yeah, that was pointless.
Nicely done. Let's head upstairs.
I mean, again, the infrastructure projects, they're probably not gonna get gutted because everyone's like, we need them. So fun. Why was that? What was that for? Again, the AFD is probably gonna get banned anyway. They're currently delaying the whole thing. And, trying to pretend it's not happening. Which, once again, cool. You know how pointless that is? That means just like a big selection of the, of the government will just vanish and we have to just, I guess, re-elect that? Who the fuck knows? That was just such a good idea.
Hold up a second. Can't get through here while the sniper's covering the street.
Once again, bit nicer scenarios because you have more stuff to do. Hello. There we go.
Nice toss, Gordon. That sniper almost took my head off. Let me climb up and take a look at what we walked into.
Oh. But yeah, it's just, again, it's pointless. It's gonna be annoying.
Uh-oh. They've got the street fortified up ahead. You run point, okay? I'll cover you from up here till you reach the far end. When the coast is clear, I'll catch up. Okay, looks like I can get that ladder down to you. Let me shoot out the latch. I might be a little rusty with this rifle. Nope, guess I'm not.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I think one of the key parts when it comes to the whole, is I know that a lot of most people, here are left-leaning in the country. I know it doesn't look like that, but it is. And that won't stop. And there will be more, you know. The people are already organized, you know. They will just keep doing that. Like, I live in Hamburg. Hamburg is like... I saw someone, you know, who moved here, who described it as like being an extremely woke city, and every time something, you know, right-wing happens, you know, we just double down on being woke, and that's not wrong. Yeah, that's like, I think the dumbest part about that is that we are still waiting on the whole, the legality thing that the, you know, NPD thing happened, introduced a few years ago, but right now there are like two, you know, how was it called? Basically two parties were like, we want you to, you know, to look over this. And the rough breakdown is that fuck. That yes, technically they could have already done it, but you know, let's just be real here. If you have no fear of your party being banned, you wouldn't fucking flood the courts with, like, you know, just, you know, oh, you need to look into it again, you need to do that, you need to do that. You wouldn't do that. That's a panic move. And the AFD is literally just doing that right now. So, yeah. Even though with all the delays, it could be just done in November. Again, why are we doing this again? I don't know. Just stupid. So yeah, that's gonna go on. I don't think a lot. I think generally they won't change a lot because there's just one reality, you know. They can't. Like, here's the thing. Sure, you know, some are like, but what if, you know... You know, but what if we, you know, deport more people? We can't. Legally, you can't. A lot. Again, the one time they actually did something like that, it amounted to, I think, 600 more people overall would have been legally possible. 600. That's nothing. That's bullshit. That's just senseless. It's. But I mean, also, you know, if we start deporting, here's the thing. Remember how in the USA they're now like, oh, we need to get rid of all the immigrant workers, and they, you know, all the farmers are like, wait, shit, this could like literally destroy the food supply. Cool. For us, it would literally implode the health system overnight. Because turns out our health system is running on basically Syrian aid. That's one thing. Anyway.
I think we just broke about 50 combine.
But yeah. I mean, similarly, I would at least say, you know, with a grand coalition, Ukraine is fine. And that's good. Like, I'm probably gonna keep the same guy who was in charge right now of, you know, the Bundeswehr, so that's that. I'm looking at stuff, I'm just looking at it very, very rationally, you know? Like, for example, if we talk about stuff like infrastructure projects, okay? It's once again just a good old topic of they can't go back, because every one of those parties knows, shit, our trains are just not in a good state. They're also, you know, they're not as in a bad and, you know, completely fucked up state as, for example, you know, well, America, Britain, etc. I mean, yeah, British Rail is apparently still not that good, but yeah. But it needs work. Oh, look, they brought back the boss fight. Some ads this time. Yeah. There we go. They're not bad. It's actually kind of nice to have an enemy that just takes a little bit more hits from time to time. Oh. Yeah. Can't run out of bullets, actually. That would be bad. But yeah, I mean, I know it's a bit macabre to say that, you know, oh hey, what is going on with, you know, considering what is going on in Britain with the high-speed rail too, which is but yeah, I mean, as I just say, imagine you had like a major railway line that has over 300 trains per day, you know, it's crucial to regional high-speed, you know, regional inter-country high-speed rail, and you know, just everything, and then someone comes and fixes the whole thing in 5 months. And people are like, and people were like, oh, it's gonna cost 1.3 billion, and it's gonna be even worse, and then it was done in 5 months. They're not gonna cut this. Because here's the thing. Before that, they basically made it always so that, oh yeah, we just wait until everything is fucked. And, you know, then they get money to fix it. So they just didn't fix shit. How wonderful. Really, plans of the ages. But now, because, you know, they were like, hey, here's funding to fix up precisely all the major railway lines, they went and fixed one in 5 months. And they were on time. And when they had to adjust the budget, but afterwards it didn't went over budget. Now the railway line has actually the, you know, the new electronic guidance system from, you know, European train guidance system. It has a lot more ways that, you know, regional and freight trains can get out of the way for high-speed rail, higher speed limits, better station, like all of the stations have been overhauled and rebuilt. It's just like genuinely such a good thing, but I mean, yeah. And now, you know, this year, which they're probably gonna start soon, is gonna, you know, redo the same thing for the trains from Hamburg, Berlin, and the ones coming from Rotterdam, so from the Dutch border. So that's good. And then slowly, all the other big ones.
Oh, back so soon?
Which, yeah, it's good. That's just generally good stuff. And again, people are probably like, oh, do we really need that? Here's the thing, no other, you know, whoever will be there afterwards will not cut this. They will because it's already funded, it's already paid, it's already in the budget. And they can't evade the fact that the trains, you know, they just need that, period. So, I look at it positively. It's gonna be better with time. And it's done well, so. Oh, right, you can go. They have a little callback to Half-Life 1. Remember that room? Okay, you know what? I always hate it when there's like, you know, hey, oh, hey, can I put a blast out? No, 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 you have to pull. Oh, great. Oh yeah, by the way, also an interesting thing they're now wanting to do is the fact that they're looking at some old high-speed railway lines. And are basically planning on upgrading them to, you know, because a lot of old railway lines were built for, the, you know, the ICE-1. So it's, and those were made for 250 kilometers per hour speed limits, which, you know, at the time where everyone was like, oh yeah, that's you know, that's enough. You know, now we have better trains, so they were like, okay, but we don't have a lot of 300 kilometers per hour ones. Can we get to 300 kilometers per hour? And apparently yes, even though, you know, some problems exist. Because, that is in another stream, but one of the major things they had to test, because this is still, you know, this is still a dual usage situation, is simply the fact that when you go and have a train run at over 300 kilometers per hour, they create wind pressure. No matter how well designed the train is, there will be wind pressure. So if your railway line is actually designed in a way that, you know, for example, tunnels don't have split tubes, so it's just one tube, which is, you know, that's cheaper to build. But if, you know, two fast trains run side by side in it, can they actually withstand the pressure? Or would, you know, would there be a lot of damage due to the wind pressure on cargo trains, for example? And that's just the thing, just such the things they had to clear up. But yeah, could be that we will see some upgrades, which would help a lot.
Thought you might have forgotten about me.
Because as you need to keep in mind, people are like, oh, but, you know, if you upgrade the lines, you know, let's just say, for example, because they still need to build a new one between Hamburg and Hanover, for example, but Hanover down to stuff like Frankfurt, that's getting fixed up and upgraded to 300 kilometers per hour. So like, okay, but what would that help, you know, having the trains run at high speeds all the time? would that be that much? All those, in all those areas, you would only have like an increment of like, oh, what? Increment of like, 50 minutes. Listen. Here's something about railway design. Let's just say you have a corridor, okay? Let's say we take the Riedbahn where they're like, okay, all the high-speed railway trains are now 15 minutes faster. In some other parts, it could be 30 minutes faster. And in some others, it's also just around 10 minutes. You're like, but if you have 3 sections, and I go a bunch of times from Hamburg to Mannheim if I have to ride that line if I want to, for example, visit my family. If they upgrade all those major lines, and there are like 4 sections, and every section has like, let's just say 10 to 15 minutes faster travel time. That's not faster between, a lot faster between the cities, but going from Hamburg to Mannheim, wow, that is already 6 hours, like 5 hours, I think, 5 hours. That would be 4 now for me, 4 hours. Because long distance stuff,
Here we go again.
this adds up. Did I just fucking counter a barrel with a bomb? I don't know why they have the crossbow, but I take it. Oh well. A high bot. But yeah. So far for me, but what I will say is, I just have to keep going, It might be, there's some stuff that's depressing, no question about that. It's also just depressing again that it's so pointless. But I don't think, at least we are like in the worst position here. Like, oh hey, will the current government probably cut? If the SPD is in government, they probably won't cut welfare in any form anyway, because first of all, that's not doable by law. They reworked that anyway because a lot of shit was already deemed illegal. It's funny how some people pretend that that was just not the case. Lol. But still, and otherwise, at least we are not alone, This isn't like, oh hey, I wouldn't say, we have like, oh hey, all-powerful family, but like, all families are good, and like, if there's ever, if shit ever gets harder, we have people we can talk to. So it's, I wouldn't say it's like the worst or so. Like, I mean, can I talk about that from today? The call. Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, quite literally, it was kind of clear how everything happened, how everything went.
What are you still doing here? Everyone should clear out of the city.
Combine's not making it easy. We're trying to get enough people together to force our way through to the train station. People are meeting up in a safe house nearby.
Can you take us there?
You bet. Let's go. This way.
Like, when it was clear how it was going to end, Agonia's father called, and it was basically, how are you doing and stuff, but like, yeah, I mean, it is, there's stuff with timing where like, yeah, he definitely was just trying to check in to a degree, so I could say, you know, oh hey, my parents didn't do that, but also like I know how my parents are. I already talked to my mother. It's not like,
It's me. Open the door.
yeah.
What's the password?
I'm not even gonna tell you to shut up.
Come on in.
Previously, certain protein chains important to the process of embryonic growth were selectively prevented
no.
from forming.
My dad's a
This
DESA cub.
is no longer the case. For those so inclined, now would be an excellent time for procreation. Which is to say, in layman's terms, you should give serious consideration to doing your part for the revival of the species. We must make the most of the time we have, as it is by no means certain how much time we have secured ourselves before the Combine attempt to restore their dominion, as they certainly shall. Since this is, in fact, the first opportunity we have had to speak openly of the baleful influence of the Combine, there is much ground to cover. And in fact, I hope to institute a series of useful bulletins in the days ahead. However, for now we will have to content ourselves with some relatively meager exposition. The destabilization of the City-17 reactor has had repercussions that were not entirely unexpected, although we hardly dared speak this hope ahead of time. The destructive pulse forced a damper on the entire network of linked Citadel reactors. Thus, for the time being, I believe that all Combine portals have failed completely, as well as all communications systems based on that technology. In short, the Combine are completely cut off. Combine forces currently stationed on Earth are now isolated units, stranded. However, this is most likely a temporary state of affairs. As we once learned to our dismay, even the relatively tiny fracture at Black Mesa gave our enemies an opening which they were able to force ever wider as they poured through in greater and greater numbers. In addition to the completely xenotheric species, there are many modified post-human allies still remaining on Earth who will be doing their utmost to re-establish lines of communication and supply with the larger forces. Even so, there is greater reason for hope now than at any time in the past decade. We have made, in secret, several technological advances which we will do our best to deploy in advance of the Combine's return. We continue to diligently assemble and train a new generation of scientists and technicians. For what the Combine fear the most is not any tangible human weapon, but our will, our intellect, our ability to respond selectively and rationally to every terror they turn against us. We place our firmest hope in the human spirit, even knowing how easily it may be shattered. We have all seen friends and family crushed by the Combine. Some of our neighbors have allowed themselves to be co-opted and purged of their humanity by the military machine. And those who resisted have met a most terrible fate. Still, I cannot overstate how important it is that we retain our humanity. Only this will allow us to hold together as we must for their inevitable return and what is certain to be unimaginable retaliation. And, oh yes, if you missed any part of this message, it will loop repeatedly until there is no point in looping it any longer. I apologize for any inadvertent errors or omissions. As you can imagine, we have had scarcely time to record, let alone rehearse. What's that, Eli? Oh, right. This has been Dr. Isaac Kleiner, formerly of Black Mesa, now simply a citizen, like all of you, of Earth. Let me just add to all those who can hear me now, as we struggle out of the shadow of our malefactors, welcome back to the light. Oh, where did I put that calculator?
Yeah. I really like that you can just hear everything for like a while.
Careful, Lamar. These lamps are quite hot.
Deja vu.
Is this on? Yes. Very well. I am not much of a public speaker, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, Lamar has made problems again, obviously. But also, hey, he
Let's find another way out.
did the Shinzo Abe.
Light 'em up.
quite literally sits down and is like, fix the birth rate, which is like, listen, I know why why you're saying this, but really, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, after you made all the people very weird for Alex, you really are going to fully, you got a shaboink now.
I repeat, we must evacuate the city at once. While there was certainly a great benefit in destroying the Citadel's teleport core, we have detected one rather unfortunate side effect. It could be an inevitability that very soon
Thinking the scenic route?
will be consumed in a destructive event whose magnitude I cannot currently estimate with any certainty, except to say that it will almost certainly irradiate an area of many miles radius. Therefore, I repeat, evacuate city
Then again, I get, you know what? Okay, we have to actually ask a question now.
Gordon? Alex? I don't believe it.
What the fuck are you doing
How
here?
the hell did you get out of the Citadel?
Not exactly sure. All I know is the Vortigaunts had something to do with it. But what about you, Barney?
I'm doing okay, just going crazy trying to... Aw, hell, Gordon? Were you followed again?
We stole some information from the Citadel on our way out. I don't know what it is yet, but it's important enough that they've been hounding us the whole way here.
Well, that puts some pressure on. Look, we gotta get moving. You guys know about the evacuation plans, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've been planning to make a trip to the train station. Now it looks like we're gonna have to cut a path through every chicken shit Metro cop who's having second thoughts about defending City 17.
If Gordon and I took a separate route, we could draw the Combine away from you. That'll give you a chance to get the trains filled up before we get there.
Really? Well, if you say so. Now, come here, look over here. Okay, across this bridge, over the rooftop, there's a safe path to the station. You head that way. I'll hit the streets around if everyone has been waiting. We'll meet you there.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Hey, Gordon, before you go, I was getting tired of carrying this around.
How
I
the
don't have many more of these, so try not to lose this one, okay?
Okay, so the one wasn't the one from Black Mesa. Just. Okay, yeah. Back to the question. Is Half-Life 2 Guna bait?
Oh, joy.
Oh yeah, right. We're doing this right now. And these assets have been used for so many horror mods.
Hey, a hospital. Keep an eye out for medical supplies.
I mean, literally. Oh yeah. Look at this. Is it another fight with a... Sure. It's just another airship fight. I mean, they don't have a lot of them in this episode at least. But look at those physics. Oh yeah, jank that physics engine. Give me that sweet wood destruction. And there we go. Yeah. And this was very fucking impressive for the time. I mean, it still looks great, you know?
Dead? Maybe you should whack with a crowbar just in case.
I like that they actually let it crash in here so you can actually take a look at it. That's neat. But yeah. Oh well. Where were we actually?
Oh God, not again.
I really thought the hospital section was longer. The fuck? Oh well. Oh no, here we are. Do. Go away there, Alex. Yeah, that was a grenade, girl. Oh well. You know, it's just right now. I would say the best thing is we have to live with stupid shit. So there's Monster Hunt on Friday. I will survive until Friday. I have my. You know what? I will probably have my problems with wilds. Hey, Sophie. But that's that. Gonna have fun. Gonna have like a long, nice stream on Friday. We're gonna have an open lobby. Next Friday is Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, but there's also Vicky. Yeah, but like we will probably stream Monster Hunter Wilds before that. Then pause for Vicky. Then maybe even go back, depending on how much we want to. Yeah. And then we probably also will, you know, stream on Saturday, so that's that. But yeah, you know, there's gonna be a lobby, probably. It's gonna be fun. Hey. How are you doing, Sophie? But yeah, honestly, with the chaos infighting and such, it's just much more fun to fight, you know? That's just... Oh, nice. But yeah. I like that they really did a bit more on the horror elements of episode 2 and episode 1, I mean. Also a bit in 2, so, you know. Yeah, there's Monster Hunter, and I think, again, most people will probably have some... Okay, honestly, I don't know how it will end, because I keep telling people they should run that benchmark. And I feel... a lot just expected to run, and it's really hard to just sit down and be like, listen everyone, the game is unoptimized, it's getting pushed out to meet the release date. Be ready if you want to play on PC. Yeah, you know what, on PS5 it's probably gonna run well. From what I heard, 60 FPS performance mode is apparently looking better and running better. So, I mean, Agonia's gonna play, it's gonna play on that, so that's, you know, that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, if you want to play on PC, fucking run that benchmark. And also, I think it needs to be said again. I know they are saying, oh, you know, you get this and this many frames with frame gen. Don't listen to that. For one very simple reason. Oh yeah, by the way, I really loved how that actually killed them when their tongues were in the water. Frame gen is not a performance tool. I'm gonna use it, yes. But frame gen isn't a performance tool. It isn't. It says, oh yeah, you know, you're getting more frames. No. It's an aesthetic tool. So yeah, if your rig isn't running, can't run Monster Hunter at decent frames before, don't play Wilds on PC. Just don't. Period. And you're like, oh, but I get 30 FPS roughly with frame gen. But your game is running at 15 FPS. The thing is, with frame gen, okay, it looks nicer. That's the thing. It's not performance. Upscaling is performance. But when you're when the benchmark is basically running, not at 30 FPS without frame gen, don't use it. Because key point is,
from what people tested, you should aim for 45 without frame gen before it is actually useful.
Yeah, roughly that. 45 is
bare minimum.
Bare minimum, yes. But
not ideal, but the bare minimum.
It's the bare minimum. That's the thing you need to keep in mind. We're talking about the bare minimum here. But yeah, but the thing is, basically, the game is still running at 30 FPS in the background. And key thing here is, I'm just gonna save this, by the way, because I just don't want to have my problems here. Yeah. There we go. even then, the thing is upscaling. That again, upscaling is performance because it just with very little power, it allows you to render it allows the computer to render a picture at a lower resolution, so it just runs smoother, but then just outputs it in nicer. Upscaling, yes, totally a thing. Frame gen really just smooths the picture. If your game isn't, my game, at worst, when I tested it, ran at 80 FPS. It would look far smoother when I stream it, but that's that. It ran at 80 FPS. That's fine. Another key thing, FrameGen has a little bit of input lag. A little bit it adds. That is not noticeable in most cases, and if you play single player games, yeah, another reason. But the key is, it is barely noticeable, aside if you're running at low FPS. Then it actually gets pretty bad. So, and this is, by the way, why companies like Nvidia say don't fucking recommend FrameGen, because it literally isn't a performance tool. Like, ever thought about that?
Capcom is kind of lying at that point.
What?
Capcom is kind of lying at that point.
They are.
With the whole 60 FPS for FrameGen.
No, you don't have 60 FPS.
There are 60 frames, but it isn't running on 60 frames.
Yes, that is the key. It's not running at 60 FPS, and you want your game running at 60 FPS.
Ideally.
That is the whole.
Here they come. They're through the door.
So yeah.
But I assume the minimum required FPS for FrameGen to work is also different per game.
It is different per game, because here's the thing. If your game runs at a very low frame rate and you just want to smooth it over, and it's a slower single player game, you can probably play it with FrameGen. That's doable. The thing is just, Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter is a game about timing and precise button inputs. If you then do something like, let's do FrameGen. Wait a second. Yeah, if you do FrameGen there, it will just actually increase the problem, because now you're looking at the fact that, oh hey, you have shitty input and extra input lag. Don't. That's just the thing. It's not a performance tool. It is an aesthetic tool. It just looks nicer. It isn't anything you should seriously consider. But yeah, Capcom is lying. They're saying the reason they say it's 60 FPS with that is there's just one simple reason. They want to have lower specs on the PC sheet than what they actually are. That's it. But frankly, the game probably will be optimized.
Sorry to keep waiting. The Combine's on our tail. What's the plan?
I'm sending folks out in groups. Now, like I said before, if you can keep them safe and provide cover, we might actually stand a chance of reaching the escape trains.
Sounds good. Send out the first group.
Oh, well. But yeah, it's, Oh yeah, look what happens now. Guess what? There's a boss fight coming. But yeah.
They probably want to shift the specs more to how the game will be when it's optimized.
Probably.
I guess that's their thought.
That is generally also what I feel they are doing, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. From what I heard, Dragon's Dogma 2 also launched with questionable performance, but they fixed that. So yeah. And I feel like the same is happening here. They wanted to make a game that is more performant, but they just didn't have the time. Because what I feel is, the game they wanted to make, they couldn't even make the game they wanted to make. What we have right now is the scrapped version of that. The retooled version of that. And also, I think it is how it is because of one simple reason. Oh, neat.
Well, that wasn't so hard. We should have brought everyone over at once.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway. But yeah, the thing is just, I feel the game is already over time because everyone expected it to be last year, because last year was the anniversary. So they probably either wanted to make a mainline title there, or, just my idea is, they probably were working on the game and thought they either had it out before, or, so that there was like another anniversary title like Generations happening.
Take these folks to the train. Keep them safe.
That there was supposed to be another anniversary title coming, or the main title was supposed to be out earlier, and then when it was clear this isn't happening, what happened is they just said, okay, fuck it, mainline title during the anniversary year. And when then it was clear that that title was not happening, well, we're like, okay, you have, the year to end, because here's the thing. We are still in quarter 4 of 2024 for the company. So this is just like, listen, buddies, they probably were told the money is running out. You have to get the game finished. That was it. I think that was legitimately what happened. They got told, finish the game. Because, again, the longer I looked at it, the more it made sense, the more I realized what they probably tried to do with the game. Especially in how they talked about it. And I think what their actual idea was, and I will make this comparison due to a technical aspect. Not because I think it's exactly what they wanted to do, it's just the best example. I think they wanted to make, the quote-unquote destiny of Monster Hunter. As in, there is an interconnected world. You have roughly 100 people on a server, and oh, thank you. And you will just meet them from time to time. just running into people, just doing stuff.
Cover me while I
That's what I think they wanted to do. And it, that would make sense because, you know, a lot of the structure looks like, hey, here are ideas from those. Here are ideas from... You know, a lot of idea from those, actually. I think they just are missing the main hub. And frankly, that's what I feel happened.
Here, take this next.
They couldn't finish the game. They couldn't finish that up. It was probably a technical mess. And so they were just told, finish the game. And this is probably why they just have, like, you know, a 30 monster selection. What? I have to go back. What did you say?
I think it was 36, right?
No, 36 was Portable Third. It was 30. From the data mines, the major monsters, plus variants of them, was 30. So that's that. Just want to point that out. God damn it. Yeah, now I just was a bit over... How the fuck did that happen? Let's do this the better way, okay?
Bring another group of citizens.
There we go. So yeah, they probably are doing the whole... let's just, you know, fake our performance down. Because, you know, if it was actually not that great, they couldn't just admit that, you know, that's also a thing.
60 FPS crowd would be furious.
What?
60 FPS crowd would be furious.
I mean, it's also just like... You know, it's just basically kind of admitting you launched your game in a very, very sorry state. And,
Now that's the Gordon Freeman I know.
Here, have a med kit.
you coming, Bonnie? Anyway.
Combine.
But yeah. I feel like that's just a thing. They probably wanted to make like an actual always, like they probably wanted to make, you know, it's tough to say always online nowadays and people just expecting the worst, but I think they actually wanted to make a new real online game where, you know, you actually are connected all the time and you actually meet people online and, you know, you run into hunting groups out there. And that sounds actually cool. And I totally get why that didn't work out. Because it's probably gonna be a hell to make. So yeah, now we have bad performance because it's a game that had to be done. And I still wonder why the hell can't we have a game anymore with loading zones.
train, people. We'll make sure you get there safe.
Oh yeah, Barney is coming. And there's a train in the background. Honk honk. Anyway. Well, yeah, it's bit of a shit show. And I generally think that people should understand that yeah, if you have to play on PC, don't just assume it runs. It probably won't at launch, and that's not good. It's just embarrassing, actually. You know?
Let's just hope that the game that is now probably more overhyped, that the hype doesn't like just reflect 100% back into hate.
Oh yeah, that is probably the thing I will.
Because there's some nice additions and ideas in there.
You know what I really think what they just kind of need to do afterwards, though? They need to do a new version of Generations. And like, I know people are like, wait, Generations, but like, here's the thing. Make it like the actual old, areas with loading zones. Up the graphics, let's let it run on RE Engine, who cares? RE Engine is perfect for that, actually. Good loading times and stuff. But yeah. Do that. Put actually the areas of, the 3rd edition in. Make a good structure with, add a few more monsters. Spread them out better. Like, let's just be real. Conga Lala in G rank, put it in low rank. Just smooth that curve. Really be like, let's add as many monsters as you can. Like, again. But like, make it a more classic one again. In terms of, how combat works. In terms of... Oh, hey, Midas! How are you doing? Because I think a lot of people don't know, like, there's just this assumption of, oh, hey, old titles, they don't sell. No one wants that anymore. You can smooth the old titles over, because, like, I think a lot of people actually want another Monster Hunter again that has, actual resource drain, actual, resource management. Oh, there we go. I totally forgot I had to go in here. Yes! Damn. I'm kind of replaying the series because, I was like, I'm always critical of it, and I was like, I think Half-Life 2 is overrated, and didn't change that much, frankly. I think the beginning of Half-Life 2 is still great, and then it just gets really mid. But Episode 1, I still like that one. It's still great. Honestly, aside from the fact that it's just shorter in general. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing here? Really needed that one. But yeah. No! That's illegal. It's how should I put it in the best way? I'm not saying you're missing out. It's like, let me put it like this. I think Half-Life 2 is, especially in terms of its technological, what it did in a technological way, it is very, very impressive. But gameplay-wise, it can get very mediocre. Just be warned. I don't think, you know, I think Half-Life 1, yes, that's actually, that one is just banger from start to finish. I really love Half-Life 1. But yeah, Half-Life 2, god damn it. I think the physics stuff is like the most interesting part. Ah, shit, I made a mistake. But also, you know, episode 2 is definitely the better half of it. And we're gonna actually reach that one, like, next Sunday. If I have time between Monster Hunter. Yeah. Which we talked about already, that I keep telling people they really should sit down and try to actually, they should run the benchmark for Wilds, because it's just not performant. I mean, listen, life sucks right now. We're going through a stupid election. I am taking the distractions. But yeah, I'm generally interested. Yeah, like if you okay. Key thing. Did you get the benchmark with or without frame gen? That is actually pretty crucial. Because without frame gen, I really have my problems with this section. What the hell? Because without frame gen, you're fine. That's perfect. Then you can just turn it on, and it's probably gonna be fine. I have like 80, so yeah. But yeah, with frame gen, oof. Because that's like one thing that I'm like saying that should actually be critiqued, that they are saying, oh, you get this and this many frames with, you know, frame gen, which technically is correct. But like, it's not actual, you know, performance. Yeah, then you're fine. Again, it's just, it's pretty disingenuous in my opinion that they say, oh yeah, you get it with frame gen. 30th with frame gen is bad. Because, I said it before, it's an aesthetic tool. You just get like, it just looks nicer. There we go.
Fantastic job, Gordon. You're my new hero.
But yeah,
I don't believe it.
that right there,
We're actually gonna make it out of here.
that's the reason this game blew up. Facial animations of Half-Life 2 are like,
Jump on, Gordon. I'm right behind you.
they're still unmatched even to this day to a degree. It's just really fucking impressive what they did. That's like for 2004, these kinds of graphics and, you know, physics and interactivity and, you know, just did really characters look and act believable.
We did it, Gordon.
That was revolutionary. Oh yeah, there is quality in it. There's really a lot of quality in it. Like aesthetic wise and parts of the story and a lot of stuff I really can't just praise about Half-Life 2. It's just really, the second half of the main game is they focus on the combat, and the combat is sadly pretty mid. So it just gets a bit.
Oh my god, the transmission's going out.
There the Citadel blew up. Well, honestly, you had to be there back in the day. Because this right here really fucking killed people. I think a lot of people were fine with the, Half-Life 2 ending because it just, it kind of was a bit of the Half-Life 1 ending. It just ended, It was just like, Mr. Freeman, I will just take you away again, and then you will re-emerge somewhere. I am the G-Man. I am mysterious. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I mean, then they retconned that in Episode 1. And in general, I would say, yeah, Episode 1 is 3.5 hours. That's pretty fast. I mean, it was really just a small extra episode, and it was neat. Okay, let's just put it like this. Yes and no. Think about it like this. The problem with the episodes is there are only 2, okay? They kind of planned on having more, but... Oh, well, fuck it. Let's just talk about the episodes and what they planned. Basically, Half-Life 2 was a bit of a mess of a game. They kind of sat on the game for a long time, and crucially, it wasn't really done. The whole beta leaked.
This is more than anyone can bear, but we will persevere. We're done running. This is our chance to take back our world. We're not going to lose it a second time.
Yep, and that was the trailer they showed. And you need to keep in mind, this right there was the big thing. Good luck then. Have a good night and hopefully you get through it well. Funerals can be... Sadly, I have a bit of experience with them in the recent years. Yeah, you get through it well and everything. I mean, it's almost over. You know what, I probably will just add something small at the end. Who knows? But yeah, have a good one. Yeah, this is episode 2. I guess we're in a train crash? In the forest. Trees, that's new. And we will get to that next Sunday. And then we are actually through with, like, all the major Source games. Okay. Technically, we are missing 2 major Source games to have the full package then. Left 4 Dead 1 / Left 4 Dead 2 / everything from Left 4 Dead 1 is in Left 4 Dead 2 because Left 4 Dead 1 was a technical shit show. Yeah, episode 1. What can I say? It is definitely way smaller than the first games. You have 2 weeks to acquire a From headset, and why? Oh, a VR headset. Actually, here's the thing. I keep saying it. if anyone sponsors me a VR headset, I will play Alex. I will buy the game out of pocket at full price and I will play it. But I don't have the money for a VR headset. Yeah. I was like, a From headset. What? Is something? Do they have? Why do I need a headset for Elden Ring or something? Like, no. But yeah, Half-Life 2 Episode 2 next Sunday. Generally, I think this is probably the best part of Half-Life 2. Because, you know, like, I actually kind of got into the rhythm, had new enemies, just new sceneries, in fact. And yeah, we will definitely get to that then. Very interested. And otherwise, I was thinking, like, what's on the table, and I just realized next Wednesday, I don't know. I think we kind of wanted to rate the Monster Hunter, the monsters in Monster Hunter. What? Next Wednesday we're gonna rate monsters in Monster Hunter. Was kind of the idea.
You said that, yeah.
And I don't know if we could do some Frontier or maybe our Generations part a bit more. We kind of returned to Generations, and I was like, yay, with this very shit show of like a main character where I started with Sword and Shield, then pivoted to Lance, then now pivot to Switch Axe because I just kind of wanted to play Switch Axe. We need to build armors and maybe finish high rank, so you know, we could show some Generations before Wilds and then get a bit ready for that. And yeah, spicy that is. And you know, meanwhile, rate all the monsters, because everyone likes tier lists and everyone likes when people have opinions, especially when the opinions align with your own opinions. Isn't that great when the opinions align? It just makes the opinion game just so much more opinionated.
I mean, a good argument also helps.
That's also true. Yeah, okay, we have like 20 to 30 minutes left. Should we add like a round of Delta Force or so, or just end it?
Your choice, really.
This is also about you, by the way. Would you be fine with that?
Well, you have tomorrow at 10.
Someone calls, yes, I know.
Yes.
I will probably be done anyway, so who cares? Are you sleepy?
No.
Would you even go to sleep soon?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. That's just a question. Chat, do you still want me to ramble and talk about shit? That's you now, okay? That's on you now. But yeah, so far it's, yeah, definitely better. I like it. I think episode 1 definitely aged better than... You must decide. Stop! Okay, you know what? Fuck you. You all. You know what? No, you all have to bear now a round of Delta Force with me. I'm going to put you through the shooty bang bang, and you're gonna like it. Have it. See you literally all in a second. Then this was Half-Life 2 Episode 1. It's better. They had good design, good ideas. Starts a bit weak, gets good, a bit weaker, it's solid, and then it ends out. Nice. Doesn't overstay the welcome. Next Sunday, Half-Life 2 Episode 2. It's gonna be cool. So yeah, see y'all then.